Welcome back to WBRZ News 2 at 4. With the Parisian terrorist attacks and the violence that is happening within our communities, Dr. Minnie Calandro joins us today to talk about how to speak to young children about tragic events. This is a tough one.
Well, as we all know, there's been a lot of turmoil and tragedy, both here in the United States and around the world within the past few weeks. And in today's world, we get basically up-to-the-minute information through television, radio, social media, and smartphones and things. And children are aware and are listening and seeing these images as well. So as parents, we need to be mindful that we need to have these discussions with our children about these tragedies. So first and foremost, children require reassurance that they are going to be okay. Especially for young children, they're very self-focused. So in their mind, they're thinking, well, what's going to happen to me?
Right.
And as a parent, you want to make sure and let them know you're doing everything possible to protect them and keep them safe. You can also point out that people in the community that they know of, like the policemen, are doing their job to try to find out who might have done these terrible tragedies and also trying to keep them safe as well. Older children and teens, they tend to get their information almost just as quickly as we do as adults. So you want to have a conversation and find out just what they know about a situation and find out kind of how they're feeling. Your discussion with older teens or older children and teens is really going to be dependent on just how old that child is and how emotionally developed they probably are. But opening that conversation to make sure they realize you are there to listen, let them know that their fears and worries are very normal in a time when there's a tragedy that's going on, and again, just that reassurance.
Okay, I think a lot of time too, especially for the younger children in school, you know, all these kids are talking about what's going on. So how do you tell them to deal with things that way?
You know, the kids are going to hear a lot of things at school, and so talking with your kids and every day, you know, I think it's great to always ask your kids, well, how was your day at school, or what did you find out or learn about today at school? And you'll be surprised sometimes they might even mention something that they heard that might be something scary or frightful. But just having that conversation and saying, here's what did happen. You don't have to go into a lot of detail, especially with those younger children. And just being mindful of what's on the television when you're at home. For younger children, you can imagine seeing an airplane that has crashed or masked gunmen running around or explosions and bodies on the ground can be very, very frightening. So be very cautious of what's on the television when your children are around. Same thing, be careful of what you're saying and conversations that you might be having. There's always little ears around, and children really can pick up on parents if they are concerned or worried in a certain situation.
Okay. Dr. Minnie Calandro, thank you so much. You're watching WBRZ News 2 at 4. We'll be right back.
Out-of-state corporations defraud